Hey, I just got done watching your vlog, and I just want to say I'm a longtime fan. I really appreciate all the hard work you're putting into just the gaming community, to being creative, to trying to give back not just to charities but to the gaming community itself. And you're saying, hey, how can I help people and perform something useful? And I think that's really cool. Um, Though I did want to give you an idea, and actually a couple ideas that I'm hoping you might be able to use to promote your platform, to promote you and promote charities. Uh, One thing I think that I feel you've missed, and I don't think you've missed it on an intellectual level. I feel you've missed it on a practical, like on an execution level, and that's you understand that the best way to deliver a message is to keep it simple and to repeat that message, right? So like, let's say you're trying to promote gaming for good, right? You have to have a message, right? It saves money, or makes you money. It's better money, a better one, right? So you need to focus on that, and you make these like clips, showing like fees to fees, and like having flash out on the screen, like gaming for good, charges 5% and whatever. This one charges 7.8%. I don't even know what these numbers are. Like how much of the money is actually getting to the gamer, right? So that means if they donate the exact same amount, you make more with Gaming for Good. And you're saying that the platform's so strong and so addictive, as you say, that not only will you get the same amount, but you're going to get more amount in donations and have a better return. But don't even go into all that. Keep the videos simple and concise and just focus. Hey, we got lower fees. Our fees total to this amount and this amount, and maybe give some examples. If you want, uh, you know, whatever. If you made $50, if $50 was donated to you on Game for Good, you'd get this much, and if that same 50 was donated in Twitch alerts, you'd get this much. Or whatever. Um, and just keep it very simple and repetitive. You know. Uh, the other thing I wanted to bring to your attention is you also need to address some of the concerns that people have with GTA Wallet, with the Game for Good platform, and you need to do some videos like kind of really showing people's overall happiness with the Gaming for Good platform and with GTA Wallet, like getting their money, transferring money from one account to another, and just kind of build that confidence and rapport, and you want to do it for your own sake, just to get that feedback. So maybe doing some internal polling and doing a couple interviews, uh, and doing a couple of videos that really highlight that. Basically you need to do like a promotion of your channel, like little mini commercials, and yeah, it's going to take some effort, but it's definitely going to pay off. And I would love to see a random sampling of polling so you can get all range of users, not just the big names who may have special treatment within the community. So of course they're going to have a better experience, but just all levels of gamers that are using it. Um, so I think that will take care of the gaming for good portion. The other portion that I feel, and it surprised me that you haven't tackled this, is parts of your image are tarnished on baseless uh, kind of premises. I mean, it's not like fully baseless. It's basically like this. Basically, you're charged with being a troll, with not being actually talented and capable at games. But in the reality is, you may not have the same APM as a elite StarCraft 2 player, or the same reaction speed or playmaking ability as a challenger level league player. I mean, this is just keeping it real, right? But you definitely have a high level of play, right? It's above average, and you combine that with meticulous planning and understanding of game mechanics. So between I don't want to call it abusing, but let's say optimizing mechanics, sometimes you might call it abuse or exploiting, but between playing off the mechanics really well, like thinking through stuff, and your playability, you get to diamond level easily, in League of Legends. That's definitely, and the vast majority of people aren't at that level, and that's respectable. But they don't see that. All they do is they see the trolley guy, hey, I'm the best, whatever, and then they watch you play, and they're like, oh my gosh, he missed CS, he didn't make that play, well, whatever. So they get um, a narrative they can kind of pin against you, and I think the best way to combat that narrative is because your skill set isn't just in physical ability like reflexes and APM. It's just not in that. It's in both the thinking and the execution. It's those two together. Like you planned out how to get to 60 or whatever, 70 world first. You had to plan out, okay, I'm going to grind to this level at this place. The next best place to go is here, so I'm going to have them port, whatever. I'm going to run these dungeons, etc. Like you had to plan it out, map it out, your expectations, like how did Blizzard do leveling in the past? Okay, let's say they do a similar percentage of EXP per kill like they have in earlier levels, a similar curve. If they're still following that kind of function, you can kind of anticipate how long it'll take to level and which ways will be faster without actually playing it. So, and that's something you've been very good at, and that's how you got world first. And that's what some people don't get is you are very talented at games because you don't get world first, the first in the whole world at anything without being good at games. It's just, it doesn't happen. There will be someone else in the world who will beat you if you just flat out suck. You have to have a strength. And your strength is often meticulous planning, thorough, meticulous planning, and it's a great strength to have. But you definitely need to combat that negative stigma of you're just a troll and you have no real talent. And the way to do that is to play games with some talented players. Like, play Hearthstone versus Skara, Crip, Trump, Hathu, whatever. Do like a round robin where like it's Athene versus the world or whatever, or the best of each region, or however you want to do it, or do like a fight night setup where it's like you and two others on a team versus three other people, and if you happen to even just win your matchup, let's say your matchup against Crip or Forsen or Skara or whoever, right, and you just win that matchup, that's just gonna blow people's mind and give people like, hey, this guy's credible. He has good skill in the game, which I honestly think Hearthstone is a game that really fits in with your skill set, right? You can make a tweak to a deck, play it 1,000 times, whatever, and see, oh, hey, did it up my percentage of winning or lower it? Okay, I'll switch back, or whatever. So it just falls into your strength. And yeah, I think, just doing something like that could be made into a charity event. It could be promoting your platforms indirectly. Like, I wouldn't do it as just a platform promotion just because I don't know if certain people would, like, I don't know, like force any, like, oh my gosh, you're promoting your platform. Or like, hey, listen, hey, you know how to play, just do your own thing. We're just going to play a match versus each other. Yes, I'm going to use Game for Good when I broadcast it. You can use Twitch alerts. I don't really care. We're just doing this for charity, for fun, and whatever. And if you don't want to be a part of it, you don't have to. It's just a way to test our skills. And I think you would do quite well. And I think a lot of people just underestimate your ability, but it would do a lot. It would promote your platform, and it would help people get rid of this stigma that you cheese in all your games and you don't have actual skill. And the reality is you do have actual skill. Because, like I said, you just don't get world first. You're not going to get world first on theory alone. It has to be combined with actual execution ability. So, yeah, so those are some of the ideas I had. And obviously you could do some WoW stuff with Swifty and soda popping and whatever, some event, some dueling thing. I don't know, whatever you want to do. Um, or just like all the other games, you know. And but I really think like the verse mode in Hearthstone would be great. You know, just winning versus a established player can just show like, hey, you know what, he beat Crip. It's like, damn, well, I don't know if I could beat Crip, you know. And people might say it's luck, but if you did like a fight night and you fought multiple people and you beat 2 out of the 3, right? They're not going to say it's luck if you beat more than one. It might, you know, especially if it's like a best of 5 or something. Anyway, just some ideas from you. But yeah, that's what I would try to do. Keep your message simple when it comes for gaming for good, so people can kind of get sold on that, and uh, tackle your image of hey, is he only a troll or does he have some legitimate skill in games? And I think if you tackle those two things just directly, just through events and promotions and different things, um, yeah, you'll have a lot more success. Like I know I would be super interested in watching a Hearthstone fight night. And you can look up what that would entail. The fight night's an old, been going on for years or whatever. It's a style of doing Hearthstone of teams of people versus each other. I don't know if it's still active, but you can do something like it, you know, or come up with something better. And you know, if you get some big names, that's going to make people want to watch. And if you win, you know, which I think you can, yeah, that'd be great to just kind of be able to tell the haters like, hey, dude, you know, like, yeah, you guys don't know what you're talking about. But anyway, just some thoughts. Do whatever the hell you want to do, and yeah, I wish you luck.